The level of excitement on this right here has only been 2 or 3 times in my entire life. And that's not because you're standing here. I mean, that's a fact.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to CJRaceCars YouTube channel. Tomorrow is a really big day for us. We got 2 really cool things going on. First of all, they're starting on our new shop, which is huge. Something we've been waiting for a very long time. Waylon will be here, and they're going to start on the dirt work, and then the concrete guys will be here, and they'll be framing up for the concrete. Right after that, we're heading over to Mr. Sam's to talk to Mr. Sam about potentially building him his dream car. Something we've been talking about for a long time. Mr. Sam's had this idea for like 10 years or so, and he talked to us about this all the way back when we first started Eagle, and I think he's finally ready to pull the trigger. We're going to get a plan in place. Now, it's not something we can start right away. We need to finish mullet and a few other projects in the shop, but we're going to go over there, talk to them about it, get a plan in place so that when we're ready, we can get it going. Also, if you haven't checked out our new merch, we have a few new designs and even a few designs that you guys have asked for back. Make sure you go to CJRaceCars.com, get your merch. Thanks for the support. Let's get to the video. All right, we're back out here, and we are finally starting on the shop. We started this process in November of last year. We just got the permits, and they came and framed it, and now Waylon is doing the dirt work. This is a very exciting day. We are, however, doing the shops in stages. There's going to be a few separate shops that'll kind of be attached, but this first shop's 3,000 square feet, and it'll have like our finished cars in it, cream puff, the Pro Mod area on this side, and then we'll do some fab stuff for just YouTube in this building. After that, we'll have another building on that end that'll be all our manufacturing. So all the CNC machines, laser machines, welding of parts, etc. We're gonna build 1,500 square feet on the back of this building also for just parts inventory. So that'll be inventory and shipping on the end. And then we're gonna go that direction for our general fab stuff. Again, we don't really show a lot of that on here, but we do a lot of general fab stuff for amusement parks, hotels, and a lot of other stuff. So that'll go that way. It's gonna be a long process. Hoping to have it done in the next probably 8 months or so. A very exciting day. We've been waiting a really long time for this. Having your own building is something I've wanted for a very, very long time, probably since I started doing what we're doing and started a business. So we're that much closer. Also, big shout out to Brunt for being today's video sponsor. No better time than to do a Brunt commercial than when we're out here working on the shop. I don't get to wear my Brunts very often, but when I am out here, I definitely wear my Brunts. My Nikes will not hold up good out here. And a good thing with the Brunts is, even though I don't wear them that often, when I do put them on, they're super comfortable. Right out of the box, Brunt has no break-in period. They're slip, wool, and heat resistant. You don't really have to worry about slipping out here, but if you did, Brunt's got you covered. Now, I can't tell you much about how these wear out because, well, I don't wear them all the time, so mine will probably never. I'll probably have these till forever. But Josh wears his all the time, and they still look pretty new.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he literally wears these things. I bet he wears them to church. That's no joke. He wears these things. Every time I see him, he's got these Brunt work boots on.
I will say this. I have had many pairs of high-end boots, and these are the only boots that I've had that had zero break.
Yeah, that's the best part. That's what I like the most about them.
Exactly.
When I put these boots on the first time, usually it's like 3 or 4 days of just my feet hurt.
Yes.
And there's none of that.
Nope.
None of that with the Brunt work boots. Again, if a company's willing to give you a money-back guarantee, there's probably a reason for that, because you're not going to give them back. Once you put these things on, the only thing you're going to do is order more. If you're looking for any super comfortable workwear, make sure you check out Brunt Workwear. Just click the link in the description below to get $10 off your first purchase today with a risk-free trial. Just use code CJRace10 at checkout. Thanks, Brunt, for sponsoring today's video. You never would think, looking at that truck, that is fast. Oh, that's the best part about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's stock wheels on. Look at it.
That's the best part.
You look at it and you say, oh, okay. It's just a fun truck.
How fast did it go after you guys did all that stuff?
10.6, 135.
Okay.
It actually was about a 10.58 or something like that on it. Which, for a stock street piece, ain't bad, you know? I'll take
You
it.
didn't run it with these wheels, did you?
No, those
Okay,
are there.
okay, all right.
Yeah, he's got it, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And that was at sick week when you did that? Or was that after sick week? Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll run again this year in sick week, and we're going to put headers on it now and exhaust, and we'd like for it to be, I'd like for it to be in the high 9s. No, I think I'll leave it alone, you know?
Yeah, that's
Even
plenty.
if it says low 10s, that's okay too.
Yeah.
I mean, for a street piece,
That's fast.
shucks, we'll take
That's
that.
fast.
Yeah.
It's not a Pro Mod.
And you, no.
Not a
The
Pro
thing is,
Mod.
when you're sitting in here, and you give somebody the nod over there, and they look over, you know what you're thinking. Yeah, some old man in the truck. And they give you the nod back. So here, and you hit the little 4H button right there, you know? And you're like, okay. And you've already got your traction control off up here, you know? So then when the light changes, you know them superchargers are right now, and it's got the quiet exhaust on it. So when the light changes, so you get down to the next light, and you look over and like,
I bet it happens a lot too, because it looks like such a sleeper, and they probably do think this old man thinks his truck's fast.
And I just run it up to about 60 or 65, but then the race is over. No need to go any further, you know.
They know they're beat by then.
Like, or if you pull up, and I like to get on the other side, and if they got their girl with them, finally get her attention, you know, she'll look over, you know, and say, and you know what she does, because she looks over here, and she turns back to him, and then when she's saying, what's this guy want over here? So then he looks over and says, yeah. And then you do the same. So you get down to the next light, and she looks over and you say, it is just it's awesome. Just a fun vehicle, you know.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
But it's and it has it's just got the fuel system and supercharger, and that's about. It's not got a whole lot of stuff done to it.
These trucks are very impressive, and you can do a lot of stuff to them.
Man.
I'd really like to have one. If I didn't already have 43 projects going on, this would definitely be something I'd like to do eventually.
I'm telling you, to me, out of all the vehicles that I have, this is the most fun.
Yeah.
Because you can put it on, you drive too, and if you're just around town, just run the stock stuff on it, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And you know, if you have, and the fuel economy, if you stay out of it, is decent. It's decent, it really is. And I had, and of course, my girls are like, Dad, you're getting too old to do that. And I said, really? Who told you that? Yeah, who told you that, girls? Dang it. No, it's fun. I enjoy it.
That's awesome.
You should have you one of these.
I might have to get one.
I'm telling you,
I know.
This one is a strip. I didn't even order carpet in it. Ordered
That's
this new
perfect.
with nothing.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Wash it out if I wanted to. We got the plain Jane seats on it, and now it came with it. Came with electric windows. Now the seats are regular on it. It came with a lot of stuff on it already.
Mm-hmm.
The cameras and all like that. So I'm pleased with it. I wouldn't change anything about it.
Yeah.
Just drive it more.
Definitely a very cool truck.
I ate out last night and went down the avenue, and it's just, yeah. I know I shouldn't do it, but you know, it's so much fun.
It's hard.
You can pick on people, and they look over and they're like, yeah, some old man in the truck. What is he thinking? Boom, you're gone. Dang it, okay.
Half the time you pull up to the next light, and they either don't pull all the way up next to you, or they turn off. You're like, you know what, I'll just turn off and loop around.
I
ain't gotta...
I don't need to go up there, you know what I mean? He got lucky or whatever on the thing, and just go away. Okay, fine, we got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do pick on them a bunch. And if you just run to, let's say, I might go to 65 on it, that'd be about it, and you won't get pulled over for that. Mm-hmm. Zip it down through there.
To the speed limit fast. That's what we do.
We get the speed
That's
limit
it.
fast.
Speed limit, and then, yeah.
Because then, the race is over then. I mean, like, you said, well, I could have caught you. Well, yeah, you probably could have. Now and again, if we get out in the open country somewhere, I kind of doubt that. This thing will it'll go in Mexico mile per hour, just, it don't let up. I mean, that thing just gets another gear. You can be running along, say, 60, and just slam it down there, and it'll light them tires up.
Oh, I bet.
It's like, dang it, this is all right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love those Grand Nationals.
I've been wanting to eyeball this car for a while.
Come on.
Wow. Very quick corner.
Let's do it.
Wow. This thing's super clean.
It's got that nostalgia smell to it.
It's got power seats in it, Mr. Sam? I didn't even know they did that back then.
And this guy, Jim's his name, he lives up in Wisconsin. He bought a new Gen X. I think it's got like, we was at the last one we was at. That guy had the real Gen X. Mm-hmm. He gave me the radio out of it. Gave it to me. It's sitting there in the car because this didn't have a good radio. And then he gave me this right here for it. 7 injectors for it. And another windmill down there.
Oh, dang.
Look at that. Like that.
He said this here gets you somewhere around 850 or 9. And I said,
Wow.
Great, let's do it. Okay.
Right now, is it totally factory?
Completely factory piece.
What do they make factory? Man, I know they're decent, especially for back then.
Yeah, Man, I bet the brochure at the house. For what it was at the time, for a 3.8 with a turbo, they were pretty good. And I remember I had one of them before and used it for a company car for a long time. And you could get lots of races with it. Lots of races. Oh my.
Oh, I bet.
Because everybody pull up, is that one of them? Yeah, okay.
Very cool cars. But I had a customer, we did some stuff for them one, like aftermarket stuff, and they get, the aftermarket stuff's expensive for them.
Yes,
I
yes.
think, like different cylinder heads or blocks or whatever. they make
Yeah, when you
for
go
'em.
into start into that portion of it, it gets very expensive, very much so. But the stock stuff, that stock block, you know, one year they run that stock block at Indy, that very block right there. Now they had all the surrounding stuff in the bottom and on the top. Other than that, but it was that completely stock block it ran on it. Yeah,
Wow,
sure did.
pretty cool. Very cool cars. You don't see a lot of these anymore, like real cars.
No.
And, you know, most of them have been chopped up, put LSs in them and all the other stuff, you know. And I said, no.
I like putting LSs and stuff, but this is not something I would chop up. and
No,
put in
this is
the-
probably
Not
probably
one of the
leave
cars.
I'll leave the 3.8 in it.
Yeah.
Put that
Yeah.
turbo on it, and it'll be just fine for that.
Yep. Now, do you drive these much, or
Yes, yes.
Do you?
And
Cool.
hope you- I mean, I don't like trailer queens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, you gotta enjoy them, right?
Because I had made a trailer queen. I hadn't drove it in a while, so I wanted to buy it. So I've done the brakes on it, and I'm gonna leave them out, buff it out one more time, put it in his home.
All right, before we show that, Mr. Sam, let's tell him. So me and Mr. Sam have been talking for a long time. We started talking about a dream car we wanted to build.
Yes,
It's
yes.
been a long time, right? Like right when we started on
Long
Eagle.
time, way back, way back, yeah.
And he'd been, I'm thinking about doing it. And I think he's finally ready to,
I'm ready.
he's ready to do it. So,
Because here's the thing. There's only a few people that you'd want to do something like that. And look at his wrinkles on his face. This is too old to do it myself. You know what I mean? And I said, I know the guy. And he's standing right there, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, yeah, we'll do that. Oh, talk about music to my ears. My goodness. So the only thing that I wanted is the exterior of it to still look like a 55. Other than that, I'm not one of them purists. We don't have to have the radio, don't have to have none of that. It's just, I just want it to look like the 55 on the outside. Other than that, won't be nothing stock about it. The look, be a stock look, and it's going to be about it. Oh yeah. And you talk about exciting. Man, Kevin.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
excited about it. He
Yeah.
as excited as he is about it makes me excited about it. Again, we quit building cars because it's a lot of work, but when you build cars for people, even Garrett was a really big, when he comes, he's excited to see it. And you know, Mr. Sam has the
Yes.
same excitement, and that's what makes me excited about it.
The level of excitement on this right here has only been 2 or 3 times in my entire life. And that's not because you're standing here. I mean, that's a fact. It's like, man, kind. Because you've got the right person that knows what you want. And it's just, and now I got the pieces for it, for most of them, or some of them. And to see that done, and you see it done in your head like a gazillion times, like, oh man, God, yeah. And then it's someday it'll be like, reach over and turn the key or button or whatever it is, doesn't matter, and have that fire up.
That'd be cool.
To me, when you're talking about dreams come true, it is right there. That's exactly, you know, when you walk out there and say, there it is. That causes nervous breakdown. Oh man! And then get in it. You're gonna have to drive it, so get in it. Oh man! You know those things only happen a couple of times in your life. You know, it's not like, you know, some people say, well, you know, had this or have it on a regular basis. For somebody like me, something like this happens a couple of times in your life, maybe 3. And it's like, well, your children. Yeah, I mean, you can't put your children over your cars. But then when you get around to after your children are married and gone, say, okay, what's excites you now? Certainly not mowing the yard. You know, it's like cars excite me, you know, I mean, different ones, you know. Just go out there every morning and say, okay, which one gets to go today? Oh, let me go. But that's, I don't know, I couldn't, for the last few days, it's all I think about. And I saw Doug last night, and he said, if you guys do it, he said, I got to be in it. I said, well, as soon as I see Cameron, I'll tell him. So I'm passing the word. He said,
Oh yeah, Doug's
he
awesome.
said,
We try to
"I wanna
work
be
with
in
Doug
it."
on everything.
He said, let me be in that. I said, okay, so we're going to do.
Awesome.
So I said, I'm going to do this thing. He said, great. And then take it on some of these drag and drives.
Oh, yeah.
Just,
That'd be fun.
That'd
just
be,
to have it out to dry.
oh, yeah.
Because it's not going to be, if it gets scratched or skinned, it's the way it is. You know, it's not one of them things like, Bill and I put it in a parking space. What would be the use or the fun in that? You know, you see those cars at car shows, They bring them up in a trailer. And they got the little booties on the tires. And they got people in little gloves pushing them around. They don't start it. Push it over here. And look, they got it roped off. And everybody's oohing and ahhing about it. And then when the show's over, they put the little boot things back on the tires. Roll it back in the... What good is that?
I can't do it.
And you get to tell somebody about, well, I've got this car, and they're like, oh. And you get to see it. No, don't touch it, don't touch it. I'm going to encourage people to touch mine. Don't scan it, but to touch it. Because them products is what I do. You know, tell somebody, go ahead and touch it. It's okay, it won't bite you. You know, them women with them big purse come by. No, don't get the thing around it. If people just want to touch it, go ahead. You know. It's, I don't know, that's a part of, when they say hot rodding ain't having one sitting at the house. That's, to me, that's not it. Now, some people, maybe that's what they want, is to have a whole collection of those that they keep and maintain, never drive them, but that ain't me. I want to drive that thing, you know. Okay, so you get some skins on it. Okay, it's the way it is. You know, you can, it's still my car.
That's right.
And when I'm dead and gone, I told the girls, I said, I'm dead and gone, do whatever you want to with them. Sell them, keep them. They're not car girls, you know, they always say, that thing's for sale. Okay. Yeah, that was his, but that thing's for sale. Okay, all right. Cameron's probably going to say, this is a project. Well, that'll be for him. He may not accept it. You know, I've accepted it in my head. He may not accept it. I don't know. That'll be entirely up to him. So that'll be up to him.
So the plan is he has a 55 Chevy.
Yeah, sitting right there.
And that is a little, what we're doing is a little out of our norm. Obviously, we can do all of it. It's not something we do every day. But he also has a pretty good start on what he wants to do, which a big part of it's in this box right here, right? So he has a, let him explain what he's got here.
Yeah.
Now here, I had this thing built a long time ago, and it's a Roadster shop frame that's a bolt back into the locations of what the original frame was. Has the steering box in front of your big member, goes your cross member here, which in a lot of ways, it lets you put headers on it and stuff to where you're not trying to dodge the steering box and all like that. And it's just a little different steering up here, rack and pinion setup on it, much different. Good sway bar in the front. It's just all around good frame. Drops it down a few inches from what the stock was on it. It's already got the brake lines run and it's set up for, when I was talking to the guy, he said, well, now you're not letting me put brakes on it. And I said, no, it's going to have TBMs. And he said, what is that? And I said, you need to do your research. I said, you do your research and you'll find these are the brakes. So next time I talked to him, he said, I've done some research on it. He said, they are. I said, yeah, so it's already got the lines up to that on it. And then it's got it was set up for an LT, which it has an LT5 as the engine for it. And it's got a Ford, I think it's a 9-inch, I think it's a 360 gear that I put in it. And of course, all-wheel disc. And everything on this frame, stuff that bolted to the frame, it'll bolt right back at the same spec places on it, you know? And it doesn't have to have an abundance of bars, whatever bars you think will keep it stable or not twisting. Other than that, because if they throw us out of a drag strip, well, okay, we just get thrown out. Because whatever it runs, it'll probably be not within the numbers they want you to be.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, maybe we'll have some kind of a bar.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. And then it's got a 10-speed goes with it. And because it originally had an LT1. Yeah, with a 10-speed.
Okay.
But I guess the 10-speed also fits the 5, what it does. And that's what'll be going on. Because them 5s are so hard to find.
They are,
and then Doug found this one. And the guy wouldn't, or Scoggins and Dickie had it. They weren't going to sell it, so Doug said, well, it's not for me, but it's a friend of mine. And I said, all right, Doug, it's going to be used. So they sold it, and it's down to the house. I'll show it to you in a few minutes.
Awesome. So yeah, he's got a big head start, really. Like if we had to start from scratch and build this chassis, one off, like the Roadster shop specializes in this. They kind of specialize in this like we do in drag racing. If you look, the brake lines are, something Danny would be proud of, and the quality of this chassis that's here is really nice.
Yeah.
And it's a direct bolt on.
I would say now in front of the camera and everybody else on it, if there's something that you need to cut or weld or grind on this right here, it's fair game. Fair game. So, say, well, okay, I might have to have a bar go down and do here, and I'm going to grind this off and weld here. Hey, remember, the only one thing I want is that it look like the 55. Other than that, it's,
Yeah. Danny would be proud of them brake lines, though.
Yeah, no, they do really nice stuff. And they got the billet clamp. I mean, it's Roadster Shop is second to none, really, when it comes to this kind of stuff. So
That's a nice deal.
yeah.
And then all of the other pieces are in. You
Absolutely.
gonna fall?
He almost fell.
I almost fell.
He almost fell. Yeah. We're trying to get a better look at the bottom of that frame right there.
Yeah.
Okay, none of you filming this now. Okay,
That was on purpose.
Oh, you want to get down and film the Christmas tree. I said, let me film the Christmas tree from here. So there's all the other pieces are in the box here, which for you. But anyway, there it is, complete on it, and then the 10-speed, the engine's out the house, and that's about all the pieces that. Because other than that, it's going to get down to on the interior. I know I said 2-seater, and you said why not have the interior. I'm gonna leave all that in your hands.
Okay.
So whatever your thinking is, you don't have to call and say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Just do it. Just do it. Because if it passes your thoughts, and like on that car over there, I mean that car's got you all over it. You know what I mean? And you have to really look at that car a long time to appreciate what's there. Because you've done so many things that you thought about the process of what you're going to do, and this would be nice to have this, or do this, or a jack and horn, or whatever. And then as we get to work on it, it's like, hey, well thought out. And that's what I want for this car here. It's like, so on those things you say, okay, I wonder if he'd like this. And no, let me tell you right up front, he would like that. So do it.
I like that.
Because like I said, the outside. Just look, I don't want to cut the wheel wells out like that.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
But other than that, no.
I'm very big on everything we build looking as factory as possible.
That's just
as far as the body. We try not to pack anything.
And even if you decide on flush mount glass rear, front and rear, that'd be great. That'd be great.
I would leave it in the crate just to get us.
I mean, I can put it on the trailer just that way right there.
A nice 9-inch coilover.
Yeah, it's got a 4-link setup on it and all of it.
Pretty sweet.
Oh, you can take it.
No. Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice piece.
That's a nice 9-inch in this thing.
And then, like I say, anything needs to be cut, welded, ground, whatever on the thing, it's right there.
Well, let's look at the car, the body.
Let's go over and look at the car.
Is the body pretty decent other than the floors, or? Doesn't look bad.
Well, all this stuff will be out. Now, there's got a place here. You got this right here. That actually you can probably. I don't think it's through anywhere where it's really in the integrity of the post itself. Most of it's still there, and there's some cobbling on it, but the floor and the rear one on the thing, when those come out, it'll still be, it's pretty fair along the rockers here. And if there's some air conditioning that occurs in it, that's just the way it is.
No, that'd be perfect. It's not bad.
Yeah, that's ain't bad.
It's really not bad.
All that stuff in there, whatever we need of it, of course you can do whatever you want with the rest of it.
I really like the postcards too.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the
I want to do the post because the hard tops and the center department, they look a little feminine,
Yeah.
They're just a little feminine. I mean, they're pretty, don't get me wrong, but you're just a little feminine. This mirror had more of a,
Yeah.
and on the chrome that's on there, that one picture I showed you, it was painted on it. I showed you a picture, didn't I?
That rendering?
I think you showed me the
Yeah.
render. Yeah. That's how we originally started talking about this car, because he didn't know I was building one. But he had told me he wanted to build this 55 and put a rear engine, all-wheel drive, V10 Lamborghini engine.
Yeah.
And he had these drawings done like 10 years ago or
Yes,
a long time ago. And he had thought about it, and we're building the Lamborghini. So it was pretty cool that he was wanting to do the same thing, but in a 55.
Years ago, a guy asked me, he said, if you could build your dream car, what would it be? And I said, oh, that's easy. There it is.
Yeah, that thing's serious.
See, now this here, they done one of them with the painted chrome, And then this one here is, of course, and this is about, it won't set quite that low. It's just a rendering here, of course. Won't set quite that low. And then another photo here had the, see, there was the vent in the top, because it was dropped an inch and a half in the front to give it the scoop for that. You can see right there, see the scoop here where the chrome is? Mm-hmm. That scoop was here. Well, them scoops was to cool the engine, which set there.
That's a very detailed rendering.
Yeah.
Very detailed rendering.
See, here was the,
Yeah, that's cool.
now, what was unique about it, this parting line right here, you notice goes all the way across the top. So it had hydraulics on it. Well, you slid this back, it went back, and then cylindered up.
Definitely a lot more of a project than what we're trying to do now.
Oh,
That V10 twin.
Oh, yeah.
And like he said, I don't know if you can see that, but the roof was actually going to slide back, right?
oh yeah, this whole thing, from right here, that whole thing slid back and rotated up to where you exposed everything up. Had an all-wheel drive system in it, and it is, it was very expensive. The renderings were expensive.
Yeah.
I can't. That's the most detailed renderings I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
What I think would be cool about that, and which is kind of what we're aiming for with the Camaro, is that when you see a Camaro and it looks factory-ish, and then you fire it up, the sound coming from it is going to confuse people.
And this one here, that's what I want is when you fire it up, you're like, hey, something's different about that. Because the bodies will look kind of stock. I mean, and then on the wheels, whatever, because you know, looking at wheels, what's going to look the best for what it is. So whatever wheels you think, okay, this wheel's right here to look good on it, that's what we're going with. So it just, well, you know, the thing that's important to me is the 55 look.
Yep.
Other than that,
Yep.
that was the LT1
yeah.
with the 10 speed. And there's 16,000 miles on this engine here.
Wow.
And
The 10-speed will be nice.
that's,
The 10-speed
that's
will be really nice.
And I realized that on that 10 speed, that the floor pan would probably have to be cut or modified. I understand that. That's fine. That's fine. I got no problem at all with that. None whatsoever. If it gets cut, beat, banged, whatever on the thing to make it to where it's fit in there, that's fine.
What's the LT5 come out of? The Camaro also?
Come down and look at it. Let's just take this top, set it right over there.
Dang.
It's a brand new piece. It's not out of nothing. It's brand new.
Wow.
Brand new. Still got the plastic on it.
Yeah.
That is cool. That's cool.
That's the 2019. I guess it just came that year. They're building that year. It's the LT5. And Doug was the one that found that because we was looking for a long time. Found a lot of used ones, and them things are pricey.
Oh, I bet.
Goodness sakes.
Yeah.
Whew. So they wasn't going to sell it, and they said, well, Doug, we'll sell it to you. And he said, it's pricey. So he told him what it was. He said, okay, I'll take it. Okay. And they sent it to me. And there it sits.
That thing's going to be a hot rod with that engine and a 10-speed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be just
that's
like
gonna be
this
cool.
right here, completely. We won't call it NA because it's got that in it. But it'll be a fun one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
And reliable.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be the cool thing. You
Fit
can
the
get in
stock,
and drive wherever you
just
want.
Jump in and go.
That's right.
So there's the engine for it. There's the 10
Awesome.
speed back there. The frame's there, you know, with the 4-link and the 9-inch on it. And then the rest of it will be in your hands.
I love it.
So,
I love it.
like I say, there's nothing is off limits on it. Well, no, I mean, on the, except for the exterior, looking at the exterior and everything. Other than that, nothing off limits.
Yeah.
What do these make? These what, 700 horsepower, correct?
Not an 8.
Right, all the 8?
I think he claimed about 790 or 8, something like that. I think. Might have been just a hair
stout.
over.
That'd be a good little hot rod.
You know, for what that it was, it's pretty stout. Yeah.
You know the door.
Yeah.
No, if it's
Spring club door when you shut like that. It's a lot newer. Wow.
Jeez. Such a
with the exception of these and that, that's the way it came. Because that's the stock intake. stock pieces on it. It's got the little stock turbos. They're about that big. They're like thimbles in there.
They're pretty small, right?
They are so small. You know, both of them on a common shaft, you know. They're so small.
Traction control.
Mm-hmm.
Did they had traction control?
Yeah, it's what. Yeah,
Must have been one of the first cars with
a stock
traction
piece.
control.
And that brake system that's on this is, I mean, although it was made in '96, is second to none. Boys, I'm telling you what, it's just when you reach and get them binders, it's going to stop you.
Mm-hmm.
And here's one for you. You know how old this is? I got it when I bought the house in '92 from the contractor on the thing. I've taped it up now.
Nice.
And it may go dead here in just a minute. It's got the battery in it that was in it.
Wow.
There it is. That's why I was a little reluctant.
From what year?
'92.
The same battery?
Same battery. I tell
They
you.
don't build batteries like that
mean,
anymore.
That's
So.
the same darn battery. It's a 9-volt battery in there. And every once in a while I think, should I change that battery or not? I think this a little bit changed. So it goes completely dead and then change it out there.
When you change it and put a new one, it'll probably last 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that purist stuff on the thing, that don't interest me.
Yeah, you don't want like an 8-track player or none of that stuff, or yeah, let the bulbs heat up on the radio. I don't know. I think that's what they did, right?
Yeah, I think
Didn't
so.
they used to heat the bulbs up or something, Sam?
Yes.
Like,
Them things you turn on. The original radio was like, you turn it on.
we won't put none of that.
Yeah, ones you can hear running.
Way back
Yeah.
there. Golly.
AM and AM.
Yeah, it had AM radio in it, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you was close to somewhere in a town where they had the station, you get some music. But other than that,
Just listening to the
there
motors.
was one station out of Chicago. I remember it was like AM 990 or something like that. Had one of the strongest signals in the world for an AM, and it had a lot of static, but you could hear stuff, and you could hear them all over the USA. It
Wow.
was like an AM 990, I think it was, and it was out of Chicago. So fortunate. I can't express it enough. You ready? I call Doug tonight. I say, Doug's going to do it. Doug's going to do it. Yes.
That's pretty much going to do it for today's video. I think Mr. Sam is super excited about us doing his car, and I'm equally super excited about doing a car for Mr. Sam. We'll keep you guys posted on when this may start. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.